Today's live stream is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Support the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative, recognizing and investing in the diverse Black and African American communities of San Francisco with a wide range of programs to support youth, families, seniors, and members of the Black LGBTQ+ communities. Dreamkeeper San Francisco is fostering hope for generations of Black people to feel free to dream boldly. Visit dreamkeepersf.org today. Today's live stream is being brought to you by the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative Storytelling and Narrative Shift Cohort, supporting Black San Francisco as we dream boldly and tell our stories. BlackFacts.com, the world's largest encyclopedia of Black facts, and Clari-T Media, human stories and grassroots solutions, because out of chaos comes clarity. Clari-T Media. Well, hello there, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Dreamkeeper Diary. All right. Well, hello there, everyone. Hello. It's your girl, Alicia Mayo, here in the bottom left or your right corner. Now, here I am. Hello, everybody. I've got the sun shining in on my right side, and the sun, actually, it's going down on this side of my house, and it's my backyard on the other side, on the left side. How are you? I hope that the day has been going well for you. The day has been great for me. I wanted to share the Dreamkeeper Diary this afternoon because I have some things I'd like to share with you that's coming out of the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative. That's Mayor London Breed's initiative to redirect over $120 million back into the Black communities of San Francisco. And thank God for that initiative in conjunction with the Board of Supervisors President Shaman Walton and the Executive Director of the San Francisco Human Rights Commission, Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis. They're all doing great work to make sure that Black-led organizations in San Francisco, as well as Black-led businesses and nonprofit groups and communities, are being served in the most equitable, most justified way possible. Black San Francisco has gone without so much for so long. We have been resilient, us Black folks out of San Francisco, and we have done everything that we have been asked to do in order to, to be a part of society, to be respected, and to be honored as an average citizen, like anyone else, in living and working and trying to maintain and support your families in San Francisco. We've done what we have been asked to do. Now, the San Francisco city government and political leaders have gotten together to make sure that the needs of Black San Francisco are being met. And I want to share what is actually happening with the Dreamkeeper Initiative. So, the Dreamkeeper Initiative is all about fostering hope and creating an environment where generations of Black people report they feel free to dream boldly. The initiative will provide comprehensive support for 300 plus Black families who are struggling to meet basic needs due to systemic failures, and will offer educational activities for over 500 youth. That is happening right now. The initiative started last year, I would say, around June, July, August. It really kicked into gear. And now here we are in January 2022, in full speed ahead on this Dreamkeeper initiative. It is a great initiative. And I hope all of you out there visit dreamkeepersf.org to find out more about the Dreamkeeper Initiative. It is a great initiative. Like I said, it's all about supporting Black San Francisco and reinvesting over $120 million over the next 2 years from taking that money from law enforcement and, budgets that have been overflowing, but not necessarily taking it from law enforcement completely, but definitely taking and using some of those reserves or some of the surplus in the San Francisco Police Department and the Department of Public Health and other departments, city departments that are doing pretty good you know, in terms of their budgets. I mean, if they're doing so well, why not share some of that surplus? Why not share the services? Why not make sure that the underserved, marginalized, ignored, or forgotten about communities are being paid attention to, and that our needs are being met? And so I'm happy to be a part of the Dreamkeeper Initiative. I'm a happy cohort of the storytelling and narrative shift for the Dreamkeeper Initiative. And my goal is to tell the stories of Black San Francisco and people who care about Black San Francisco. Okay, I want to tell the stories. I want other folks to tell their stories. It's not about only me and me representing folks who can represent themselves. So I'm inviting anyone out there who lives in San Francisco, who has a great story to tell. I don't really care about what the story is about. If it's a story about you being Black in San Francisco, I want you to reach out to me and I want you to share your stories, okay? Because Clari-T Media is all about those human stories and grassroots solutions and, getting through the chaos to find some clarity in this world and in the Bay Area here. It is not easy to maintain or survive in the Bay Area and especially in San Francisco, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right, and we're not doing too bad. And I want to just, congratulate all of you folks out there who are watching this. Congratulations to you. You're doing a great job. But if you ever need any help, you ever have any questions about what's going on with the Dreamkeeper Initiative and how you or your family or your community can be supported, just reach out and ask me. Visit the Dreamkeeper website. And again, let me pull that up for you, okay? Right now, I'm showing my website for those of you who are interested in being a guest, or if you have any questions about Clari-T Media or the Dreamkeeper Diary segment, please reach out to that email address running in the ticker. Clari-T Media is honored to be a recipient of the Dreamkeeper Initiative Storytelling and Narrative Shift for Black San Francisco cohort. It is all about human stories and grassroots solutions, okay? We have maintained, we have been sustainable, or we've been sustaining our lives pretty much, with the help of programs like the Dreamkeeper Initiative. So it's a really important initiative that I think everyone should be supporting or at least finding out more about. Okay, so visit the Dreamkeeper Initiative visit the dreamkeepersf.org website today to get some more information. All right, so here we go with the Dreamkeeper Diary. Okay, I'm going to share some information that is happening around the Bay, and particularly in San Francisco, especially because there are a lot of things happening in the city under the Dreamkeeper Initiative that a lot of folks should know about. I really think they should know about. For example, if you are a prospective home buyer, you are interested in learning what it takes to be a home buyer. You have questions about becoming a home buyer, and you're just not too sure about whether or not you qualify. How about that? If you're not sure, then there's a workshop happening, and here it is. Okay, there's a really great workshop happening. Now I'm sharing this from my Facebook page. Okay, so I want all of you to visit my Facebook page and check out a lot of the posts that I have there. Of course, I'm posting things about the Dreamkeeper initiative that I think all of you should know about. All right, so here is the home ownership information. Okay, it's the Dreamkeeper Become a Homeowner goal for 2022. If you have a goal of becoming a homeowner in 2022, the Dreamkeeper Initiative can help you do that. If, in fact, you live in San Francisco, there is this great program available for you. Let me tap on here to get a bigger picture of what we're looking at. Okay, just a second here. Oh, actually, that made it smaller. All right, so I'll work with what I have. Okay, so here it is. Goal for 2022, become a homeowner through the Dreamkeeper Down Payment Assistance Loan Program. The acronyms are DKDALP. DKDALP. That's the Dreamkeeper Down Payment Assistance Loan Program. And the San Francisco Mayor's Office of Housing and Community Development is widening the path to home ownership for low to middle income buyers by providing resources and education to help you compete in the San Francisco housing market. Now, in order to go through this program, you must um, attend two of the information sessions, and they are happening in January and in February. But if you click on the link there, you can get registered to attend one of the virtual home ownership information sessions offered in January. There's another one happening tomorrow, and then I believe there's another one happening in February. But you'll want to click on the registration link on my Facebook post there, or you can scan the QR code by holding up your cell phone picture or camera lens and just aiming at the QR code. All of the information will come up for you there, or you can visit the Dreamkeeper SF. That's dreamkeepersf.org to learn more about that San Francisco housing program. It's a great program. Let me just share some more information about it. Um, let's see here. So they posted the information about the Zoom session. It's 3 information sessions in the coming weeks. Attendance is required to participate in the program. There's a registration link, and they are offering assistance to anyone who lives in San Francisco and who wants to buy a home or a property, a condo, townhouse in San Francisco. Okay, so that's what's happening with the Dreamkeeper Home Assistance Program offered by Mayor London Breed and the Dreamkeeper Initiative and the Homeowner Assistance Program. Okay, if you need more information, again, you can visit the dreamkeepersf.org website, and there it is running in the ticker below. Clari-T Media is honored to be a recipient of the Dreamkeeper Initiative Storytelling and Narrative Shift cohort for Black San Francisco. Clari-T Media is all about human stories and grassroots solutions-based broadcasting. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me here. I want to say hello to all of you who are tuning in. Thank you so much for watching me. Visit claritymedia.org. That's the website. There's some more content there. There's content from the Bay Area Mental Health Hour, and I have new content coming. The content on the Clari-T Media Technical Literacy Labs that are coming up very soon to teach you about brand strategy, to teach you about video production, digital marketing, and content creation. If you are an influencer, you'd like to be an influencer or a personality on digital media, and you have some questions about your presentation and your approach and maybe your scripts, your editorial stack, and the way you present information, reach out to me. Reach out to me if you have questions about the tools, the editing, the subtitles, the text, the scripts. reach out to me. Okay. If you have questions about digital marketing and funnels, sales funnels, if you have questions about e-commerce sites and how to build e-commerce sites, how to create graphic arts for your platforms, if you have questions about monetizing your content, if you have questions about reaching a larger audience on Instagram or on Twitter, or if you have questions about using Twitch, I am your girl. I am your girl. Google me, honey. Visit me on LinkedIn. Just check out my experience. I won't say anything more except Google me or visit me on LinkedIn and look at my experience, look at my history of my work, and check out a few of the thumbnails with my actual work, my projects that I've worked on, and examples for my portfolio are there. Check me out, and then come on back and visit me and let me know that you'd like to, have some time to just talk about your ideas in terms of multimedia, podcasting, broadcasting, um, you know, becoming a personality. Okay. I know all about it. Okay. I used to spend more time on being a personality, but now it's all about content and broadcasting, distribution, marketing, and advertising for me, and working with the Dreamkeeper Initiative. So I have my hands full. So I'd like to pass on a lot of this information to some of you out there who are interested. If only if you're interested. Don't reach out to me if you're not interested. Only reach out to me if you're interested in doing the work, in making it happen, in becoming a creator, or in being a creator, not becoming, but in being a creator. If you're interested in being a creator, actually doing the work, then I want you to reach out to me, okay? I have a lot of folks reaching out to me who aren't very serious about the work, you know? They say they're serious, but they're not so serious, you know? And they end up showing me that they're not so serious when they are just hanging around wanting to talk. And I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and talk. I have work to do. I do have work to do, okay? Speaking of work to do, I'm testing a new feature on StreamYard that allows background music while I'm broadcasting. Let's see how it works, huh? Let me adjust my camera here. Okay. So there's the music, and I'm actually increasing the volume right now. I don't know if you can still hear me or not, but I'm going to watch this back and I'm going to check out how it worked. Okay. Okay. See, this is what live streaming and podcasting is all about. It's all about just doing it, just pressing record and doing it. Okay. That's what it's all about. You can't be too shy. You can't be afraid of doing it. You have to just do it. Okay. That's what it requires. Okay. So, how about this? I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back with some more content on this episode of the Dreamkeeper Diary right here on Clari-T Media. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Alicia Mayo, the founder and CEO at Clari-T Media, here to share human stories and grassroots solutions right here on Clari-T Media. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back in just a moment.
Masks reduce the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 spreads from person to person through respiratory droplets as we cough, sneeze, talk, or breathe. Wear a mask that covers your nose and mouth and fits snugly against the side of your face without gaps. Masks act as a barrier to help stop respiratory droplets from spreading to others. They also act as a barrier to help stop droplets in the air from spreading to you. If you are within 6 feet of a person with COVID-19, you could be exposed. Stay at least 6 feet from other people and wear a mask. If possible and safe, increase ventilation by opening windows, doors, and using fans. Wear a mask over your mouth and nose. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Avoid crowds and poorly ventilated spaces. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Get a COVID-19 vaccine when it's available to you.
This public service announcement is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Out of chaos comes clarity.
Everyone around me in my life told me that I would have a better life when I came to San Francisco. So many trans people come here like refugees from other cities in the United States. As a Black trans woman, as a teenager in San Francisco, I learned very quickly that while San Francisco affirmed me legislatively, socially, I had walked into job interviews and been laughed at. I had been spit on the street.
In a lot of ways, we've been dehumanized and we've been denied access and discriminated against in many, many ways.
When we talk about trans women of color, there are so many layers of oppression that they have to deal with. We realized that if we didn't do something, that the Tenderloin was quickly going to become gentrified and our history was going to be completely erased. If I could describe the transgender cultural district in one sentence, it would be for us, by us.
I think the transgender district affirms that rich history and gives trans people and the broader public access to those moments in history that I think define gay and trans liberation that we know today and the freedoms that we have. I think the work that's happening in the transgender district is laying a foundation for transgender-owned businesses and for transgender people to have housing and be in a area that celebrates their existence and their lives and provides opportunity.
What trans people have to look forward to is having a place where they can come to and say, like, you know, this is for me.
60% of all Californians who get hurt on the job are Latinos. The California Applicants Attorneys Association fights for equal treatment and rights of immigrant communities when applying for workers' compensation. Know your rights as an injured worker. Visit cAAA.org or call 916-444-5155. This is paid for and sponsored by the California Applicants Attorneys Association. Hi there, everyone. It's Alicia Mayo, CEO and executive producer here at Clari-T Media, trying to bring some really great content for you, especially on what's happening for Black San Francisco. Under the Dreamkeeper Initiative, I've been awarded a grant as a Dreamkeeper Initiative storytelling and narrative shift cohort. And it is my goal to tell the stories of Black San Francisco. Okay, so here we are at the end of January, and I'm a proud Black San Franciscan. I'll say that. And so, I'm doing what I am enjoying doing. Okay, and that is telling the story of my people. Okay. All right. So, like I said, we're at the end of January. January flew by. I don't know about you, but I feel like January just flew right past us. So here we are on the evening of January, making our way into Black History Month. Okay, this year for 2022, what will Black History Month mean to you? I know a lot of folks say they don't celebrate Black History Month because every month is Black History Month, and I agree with that. But during February, it is designated a month for us to really kind of show off and highlight and really illuminate who we are as Black Americans. And so I want us to really just take the month of February, and this is just my idea, because we've been through so much and we've done so well to get to this point where here we are on yet another Black History Month. How will we use it? How will we use it, and how will we celebrate who we are? Will we finally celebrate who we are? Let me clean my glasses off. They're a little foggy. Who What are we going to do? What are we going to do to make a statement for February? What kind of statement will we make? I think it's really important for us to just take time to pat ourselves on the back, to really celebrate who we are and everything that we've been through. I really think that it's important for us to do that. Like sometimes you just stop, you go to dinner, maybe you go to a movie, um, maybe you take the kids out to the beach. I think that next month should be a whole entire month of us just celebrating. Oh, that's much better. I can see better now. I can see clearly now. Okay. I think that we should take the month of February off to just relax and enjoy ourselves, to do something very special for ourselves and for our families. Let me turn this light down a little bit too. Yeah, lighting is important, but oh my gosh, not when it's blaring. Anyway, and yeah, it's a little dark now. So let's see. Let me see here what I can do to make it a little bit better, make it a little bit softer, not so bright. Lighting is important. You guys can see just how important lighting is, especially on us brown skin folks. Speaking of, okay. Okay, so let me share one thing that's happening for Black History Month that I want to share with you, and it's happening in San Francisco, and so I want to make sure that I'm sharing. Hello, where's my? Okay, hold on, you guys. Technical difficulties here. When you are directing and hosting on your own, this is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens. Okay. So, first, let's take care of a little bit of business here first. Let's see. We've got the community budget discussions happening with the Office of Economic Workforce Development in San Francisco. The community budget discussions are happening on these dates, and you should save these dates. That's tonight at 6 p.m. Workforce development discussion. That's happening tonight. If you go to oewdsf.org, you can get some more information. That's the Office of Economic and Workforce Development. Tonight at 6 p.m. on a Zoom link, they'll be discussing workforce development. And tomorrow at 6 p.m., they'll cover economic development. And the final budget will be reviewed on February 10th at 6 p.m. If you don't have the information, or if you can't go to the website and you are on Facebook, go to the San Francisco Office of Economic and Workforce Development, or go to my Facebook page and I will have it there for you. Or you can visit oewdsf.org. Okay. All right. There. Also, the Dreamkeeper Initiative has a list of new positions that have opened up that I would like to share with all of you. Welcome to the Dreamkeeper Diary. I'm Alicia Mayo, the host and the executive producer and the founder of Clari-T Media, here to share some information about the Dreamkeeper Initiative and things that are happening in San Francisco that relate to Black San Francisco. Definitely. Like the redistricting, those meetings are happening. The reparations advisory committee meetings are happening. And things happening around the San Francisco Human Rights Commission. Lots of things are happening in San Francisco thanks to Mayor London Breed and all of her activities with the Board of Supervisors and the president of the Board of Supervisors, Shimon Walton, and the director of the Human Rights Commission, Director Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis. Lots of folks in the city and county of San Francisco doing great work. Lots of community program directors or program managers doing great work to bring great information to all of you, including new positions, these new positions under the Dreamkeeper Initiative Health Program. Coordinator 3, that position is open. It's a full-time position, full-time permanent exempt position, and they are looking for folks to fill the position. If you are interested, you can visit San Francisco City and County jobs page. And let me see, I'll get the proper address for you in just a few. But under the general supervision of the director of the Office of, let's see. Let's see. Under the Office of Anti-Racism and Equity, a new position has been created and it is open to be filled, and it is the Dreamkeeper Initiative Health Program Coordinator 3, job listing 2593. It's a new position funded by the city's Dreamkeeper Initiative. The coordinator position bridges both leadership and frontline roles with PhDs or the Office of the Health Department, their Office of Anti-Racism and Equity. Okay, it's a new branch, and they aim to align with the Department of Public Health's Racial Equity Action Plan. Okay, yes, the Racial Equity Action Plan is it's been created, but it's being enforced now. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We'll finally get some outcomes. You know, for example, transitional adults need to have advocates who work on their behalf to make sure that they are receiving health care appropriately. You know, for a young adult who's on their own, it's one thing to say, okay, you're 21 years old, now you can get out of my house. And that young person goes out into the world and they still have so much to navigate and understand. And when it comes to healthcare and healthcare equity and justice, things can happen in that process for a young person who's not aware of their rights. And so advocates need to be paired up with those young transitional adults so that somebody is looking out for them, somebody's working to protect them. And so the Dreamkeeper Initiative Health Program Initiative and the Health Program Coordinator position like this has been created to help support those Black San Franciscans who are young and just getting into the world for the first time and trying to discover what it is that they need. Okay. Oh, this lighting is so horrible. Hold on a second. Let me show you something about lighting and just how important it is. Okay. Hold on. One second. One second. One second. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Oh, everything is falling apart now. That lighting is better, but I've lost my whole microphone setup in the process. I'm sorry. Okay, so you see how it goes, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You know, things can fall apart. And if you don't have a technical crew to support you, you got to do it yourself. Got to do it yourself. My microphone is still falling apart here. Hold on. Okay, she's back. She's back. Is that better? Okay, did I get the lighting right or what, you guys? So I added the lighting on top and then increased and raised the lighting here on the ring light. Okay, but I don't want the glare and I don't want the, I don't want it to show the glare on my glasses, and so that's really hard. That's really hard. The thing about these ring lights is that that's what they do. They give off so much great lighting, but it's sometimes a little too bright. So let's see if I can soften it slightly. No, that's a little blue. Okay, let's see. And that makes it a little dark. That makes it a little dark here. Let's see. Okay, that's warmer. Now I'm going to increase it. Let's see. There's lighting in the background. As you can see, I have my lamps on back there. Um, this is something that you guys can learn in my Clari-T Media Dreamkeeper, Clari-T Media Tech Labs. Okay, you can learn about lighting and just how lighting works. It's a little bright. It's a little bright, you know? Okay. Let me see if I can switch my position and make it better. Oh, no, not making it any better. Okay. Well, hopefully that was a little lesson about lighting. Okay, as I move it, some of the glare is going away. Slightly, not completely, slightly. When I tilt my head down, it's not so bad. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to share with you guys? Okay. That Dreamkeeper Initiative Health Program Coordinator position, they have more than one position. They do have more than one position. And so there's the Health Coordinator 2, Health Coordinator 3, and Health Worker 5. Okay. And you can go to these city and county of San Francisco.org. Okay, let me get that exact address for you. These new positions have come open because of Mayor London Breed's Dreamkeeper initiative and her efforts to make sure that Black San Francisco is being given the same opportunities as every other San Franciscan. Unfortunately, that has not always been the case for us in San Francisco neighborhoods that are, predominantly Black. Well, that used to be predominantly Black. We know what happened with those neighborhoods. Okay, so now Mayor London Breed is taking the initiative to make sure that she helps the Black communities and Black businesses to sustain and survive. And I think we should take every opportunity to be aware of what's happening in San Francisco. If you are from San Francisco, even if you don't live in San Francisco right now, you're a San Francisco native. You have family there. You were born and raised there. Maybe you don't live there like me, but you'd like to live there. That's your home sweet home. Your home sweet home. It is your home. Okay? Your folks are there. Your friends are there. That's where our roots are. Well, there are a lot of things happening for us, even if we don't live in San Francisco. And we should all be aware of what's happening because it can benefit us. It can benefit our families, our cousins, our relatives, our loved ones who are still in San Francisco. They all need to know about what's happening as well. And if they don't know, you know. And if you know, then they should know. It's cyclical. It should be all about our communities and sharing information, and it should be about supporting each other, right? Okay, so that's why I created the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Diary. Okay, because I want to share the information that's happening specifically in San Francisco about Black San Francisco and for Black San Francisco. I'm not discriminating, not trying to leave anybody out, and you guys know that, but it's just hard to get information about what's happening. And because I'm part of the Dreamkeeper Initiative Storytelling and Narrative Shift cohort, I think it's my responsibility to bring the information to all of you. Okay, so without further ado, I shall share this other position with you on the health worker position. Okay. So there it is. It's the City and County of San Francisco job ID 2588, Health Worker 5. Okay. Under the Dreamkeeper Initiative, this is a temporary exempt position excluded by the charter from the competitive civil service exam process. The 2588 Health Worker 4 will work under the Department of oh my God, hold on, y'all. The Department of Public Health. The Department of Public Health, okay? And the Office of Anti-Racism and Equity. And this position will align with the Dreamkeeper Initiative's efforts to support the Office of Anti-Racism and Equity. And under that branch, they will assist the director to oversee the planning, the development, and the implementation of racial equity initiatives with the goal of embedding strategies and policies into the public health department operations. Okay. The work of this position will support the equity efforts across the division in examining and redesigning practices to ensure racial equity across health outcomes. And that is critical. That's so critical. We know the inequities and the disparities in healthcare. We know about that, but who's advocating? Who is trying to support Black people across the country? Who's doing that in San Francisco? Well, the Dreamkeeper Initiative, Health and Disparities, Office of Economic Workforce Development, education branches. There are so many great initiatives under the Dreamkeeper Initiative happening in support of Black San Francisco. And I want you guys to know that things are happening, things are changing. But how long will they last? How long will the changes last? Once Mayor Breed is out of office, what will happen then? Who will advocate for us? What will the gains have been? And what will others, other politicians and allies, or what do you call them? Uh, you know, are the people who don't support us, anti-advocates or whatever, the anti-antis, the haters. What will they do to dissolve programs like this? Because they'll be up to it. That's what they'll do. They'll try and end the good work that Mayor Breed and President Shimon Walton and Director Dr. Davis have all of the other great folks who are doing this. They're doing a great job, and they're spending hours, day in and day out to make sure that Black San Francisco is being remembered and not forgotten about anymore. What will then happen to all of the work and the efforts around this Dreamkeeper initiative? So I want you guys to know what's happening. I want you to be aware of what's happening to Black San Francisco. And I want you to know about all of the initiatives and all of the advisory committees and all of the meetings and all of the opportunities so that you can be involved. If you are not involved, what do you expect? It's like if you don't vote, things won't change. So we have to really know just how important our actions are in making sure that we get what we need as Blacks in America and as Black people in San Francisco. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, StreamYard, for that loop on lo-fi. Yeah, thank you for that loop on lo-fi. They've added background music. I don't know. How this is going to work out. I'm going to listen to this broadcast a little later and see what's up with that. But yeah, StreamYard is the tool that I use to bring all of my content to all of you. And I love StreamYard. I recommend checking it out. If you're not familiar with StreamYard and you think you want to launch a podcast, I would suggest you look into StreamYard. There are other tools out there. There's Restream and Hopin, but I really, really like StreamYard because it allows you to do some things that the television studios are using. It's very similar to switchers and master control operations, and the dashboard is great. You can load up overlays and backgrounds and videos, and you can share screens, and you can add music in the background now, and you can run your banners and all sorts of things you can do with this wonderful, wonderful tool called StreamYard. I recommend it. Go check it out. In the meantime, let me take care of a little bit of business, and I'll come back to say goodbye to all of you out there tuning in to Clari-T Media's Dreamkeeper Diary. With me, your host, Alicia Mayo, CEO and founder of Clari-T Media. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back in just a few to say goodbye.
Hi, I'm Ken Granderson, and I'm the co-founder and chief technology officer of blackfacts.com.
Hello, my name is Dale Dowdy, and I am the CEO and co-founder of blackfacts.com. There are so many ways that you can get behind blackfacts.com and help tell our stories with technologies that we own. We started Black Facts back in the Wild West days of the internet, 1997. We wanted to create a place where there's a one-stop shop for all things Black history.
As technologists and entrepreneurs, we built our businesses on the internet, and we brought Black Facts along with us. We grew it incrementally alongside our other technology companies.
It looks like a computer game, but surprise, this is a history lesson.
While Black Facts is the world's first searchable online Black history site, back then I actually assumed that there were many other players in the Black history space that would have more content and resources than we did. Little did I foresee that more and more schools would stop teaching history, Black history in particular, and more parents and students and teachers would be concerned about knowing their culture and would seek that information online, eventually coming to blackfacts.com.
Who knew that almost 25 years later, our site would be the #1 listing in all the major search engines with over 1.6 million monthly visitors? In 2018, when we realized that still nobody else had done anything even vaguely similar, we decided to focus our time, energy, and resources into growing Black Facts into what we always knew it could be. So, pick your metaphor.
Google for Black stuff.
Black Wikipedia.
W.E.B. Du Bois Encyclopedia Africana. You get the idea.
Since then, we've invested countless hours redesigning and re-architecting Black Facts from its original text-oriented system into an image and video-rich, responsive, and AI-driven content analysis, management, and syndication platform intended to empower journalists, educators, community leaders, and regular people to share our stories.
Who's the astronaut? That's the first astronaut!
So, we're raising funds to expand the depth and expertise of our team and to make strategic investments in marketing. With an expanded team, we have 8 potential revenue streams that we can execute on while still remaining relatively small.
We need to get the word out that we've been here for 25 years, and over the next 25 years, Black Facts will become the ultimate resource for our shared history.
You can join our mailing list. You can post about us on your social media. You can become a premium member of the site. You can become a corporate sponsor, or tell your company about our diversity web widgets that can play hundreds of Black history videos on your diversity page. Black Facts is the place to go for all Black people throughout the world so that we can be informed, educated, inspired, and empowered in an era where more and more are realizing that we must create our own solutions to the challenges that we face.
Let me hear the reading.
Freeing yourself was one thing. Claiming ownership of that freed self was another.
Tune in weekdays to the Bay Area Mental Health Hour on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. You'll find us covering issues surrounding your everyday coping skills and your mental health and wellness. And remember, your mental health matters as much as your physical health.
BlackFacts.com presents the Black Fact of the Day for December 30th. Don't buy where you can't work movement started in Chicago. In 1929, the Chicago newspaper, The Whip, sponsored a campaign to boycott Chicago stores that refused to hire blacks. The program resulted in the hiring of more than 2,000 African American, mostly as clerks in Chicago department stores. The movement spread rapidly to other cities, drawing support from the major civil rights organizations. In 1931, black ministers, politicians, and businessmen published appeals in Harlem newspapers to follow Chicago's example. The Alliance developed a comprehensive agenda advocating increased black employment, opportunities for black advancement and promotion, combined African Americans' purchasing power, and the creation of larger black businesses. In some cities such as New York, it helped to create hiring programs that were among the first affirmative action programs in U.S. history. The movement also provided a model for 1960s direct action civil rights protests, such as lunch counter sit-ins. Learn Black History, teach Black History at blackfacts.com.
We are so blessed to be leaders in the city and county of San Francisco. San Francisco is extremely rich in resources and services, with over 7,000 nonprofit organizations, yet less than 2% of them are led by African Americans. We want to change that paradigm. With the Dreamkeepers initiative that hails out of the Human Rights Commission and a grant that Success Centers was fortunate enough to receive from the Office of Economic and Workforce Division, Econ side, Success Centers is pleased to offer and host the Leaders Academy. Since 1849, when our city was founded, nonprofit organizations have been at the pinnacle of it. When the YMCA opened its doors for Chinese immigrants in support of their culture and issues integrating into our fair city. Today, the struggle continues with less than 2% of nonprofit organizations being African American led. We have to change this paradigm because we know that over 85% of the services are catered to or directed toward African American residents. 10 years ago, when I came back to Success Centers and became its first CEO, we were a $500,000 organization. Today, less than 10 years later, we enjoy an operating budget of over $8 million. And that took a lot of work. We had to listen to our constituents. We supported a number of mergers and acquisitions. But the main thing is we had to strengthen the capacity and the infrastructure of our organization. So today, we'd like to share our knowledge. I'm the CEO, first ever of Success Centers, and I was never formally trained. I moved from job to get the experience that I thought I needed to be in the seat. But today, we want to open up what we've learned and share it with the community so that we can expand the opportunities for African American leaders in our city. So I encourage you to join us along with the Human Rights Commission's Dreamkeepers Initiative and the Mayor's Office of Economic and Workforce Development for Leaders Academy. This is a year-long commitment, one day a month, where we will retreat as organizations, learn and share among each other, not only how to be leaders, but to learn the difference between leadership and management, to understand how to put our budgets together, to create healthy relationships between board and executive director. We hope to get our Leaders Academy started mid-September and go through the end of June. So if you have any other questions about this initiative, please feel free to go on our website at successcenters.org and click on the link. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Hello there. Hello. It's Alicia Mayo, the CEO and founder here at Clari-T Media. Glad that you are still here. If you're just now joining me, thank you so much for tuning into the Dreamkeeper Initiative, Dreamkeeper Diary. Yeah, so I am a cohort of the storytelling and the narrative shift cohort for the Dreamkeeper Initiative. I'm here to tell the stories of Black San Francisco, what we've been up to, what we're doing, all the great things that we're doing, all the wonderful people involved in so many different areas of life in San Francisco. And we're proud to be Black San Francisco, all right? Very unique to Black folks, other Black folks, even on the other side of the bridge, all right? Yeah. We're real special people, great people, wonderful stories. And as a Dreamkeeper storytelling and narrative shift cohort, I am doing some mini documentaries or profiles on Black San Franciscans. What I'm working on now is a series of conversations and profiles on African American seniors living in the Tenderloin. extraordinary stories that I can't wait to share with all of you. I hope that you will enjoy the stories, but I know in my heart that you will find these stories, extraordinary stories, very interesting stories, and very telling stories of the history and the present conditions of Black folks in San Francisco. So I am happy to be part of the Dreamkeeper initiative, and tonight's Dreamkeeper Diary is celebrating exactly that. I want to share one last thing with you guys happening in the city. You know, Black History Month is on its way in, and we will be celebrating Black History Month. I know I will be. I will be, because I'm so proud of my people and everything that we've been able to do and just how we're making it through. So here's one event that's happening that I've seen so far, and I think it's a great idea. It's not going to take away from Black History Month because it's a combination event with the Chinese community and the African American community. Um, but this celebration is really a celebration of who we are as Black San Francisco, as Chinese San Francisco, but as allies supporting each other. And so I love the idea of another community showing their support and allyship with us. And so this event is the 12th annual Bayview Black History Month and Lunar New Year celebration. Now, they've been doing this for 12 years, getting together to support and to celebrate who we are as San Franciscans, okay? Recognizing our differences, celebrating our differences, but doing it together in an obvious, bold statement kind of a way, saying that we support each other no matter what the outside world thinks. This is what we're doing in San Francisco. And I'm so proud of this. So it's the 12th annual Bayview Black History Month and Lunar New Year celebration. And it's an online event. So there's no reason why you should miss this. It's happening February 5th on a Saturday at 11 a.m. Okay, and it's brought to you by the Chinatown Community Development Center, New Breath Foundation, AT&T, and Wu Yi Children's Services, the Golden State Warriors, and the YMCA. So, if you'd like more information, come on over to my Facebook page. Visit my Facebook page. It's posted there. I think it's like maybe the fourth post down. Let's see here. See, there's my Facebook page. Right, I have some stuff on here, lots of stuff. There I am. Just come on over, visit my Facebook page, scroll on down, check out all of the events that I have listed. Great theater event. Of course, me talking about my professional Clari-T Media Literacy Labs coming up and all the work that I have planned and all the great things that I have planned for all of you. Free mentorship in multimedia. Okay, that's what that post is about. So make sure you stop there. Some more news and things happening around George Floyd, some Pro Bowl weekend activities with Marshawn Lynch, and another post and some more info about the Biden administration. And here it is, the Bayview Black History Month and Lunar New Year celebration. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the information is here and the link is, let's see. Well, let me read it here. Okay, so it says the Bayview Y and CYC unification collaboration started 12 years ago from racial tensions between the Asian community and the African American community in District 10. That's the Bayview Hunters Point. We have experienced many challenges and seen much success towards unification and understanding through the years. Considering recent actions, it is most important to continue this work toward restoration and reunification of both communities toward closing the gap of understanding and respect. I agree. Beautiful, beautiful Black History Month and Lunar New Year celebration, unification celebration. It's a virtual celebration happening February 5th at 11 a.m. Maybe you should, let's see. Do I see a link anywhere? Well, folks, let me see here. If you tap on the link to the Bayview YMCA here, they should have it posted. If not, how about this? I will make sure that I post a link for you. There's some information here. Folks doing some things at the YMCA. Of course, you can visit the Bayview Hunters Point YMCA page. It looks like that. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dreamkeeper Initiative's Dreamkeeper Diary. Dreamkeeper Diary. That's what I'm calling it. The Dreamkeeper Diary Show. I'm Alicia Mayo, your host, and I'm happy to be with you for another edition of the Dreamkeeper Diary. Let me make myself smaller here. See if I can do that. Okay, this. Alicia Mayo of Clari-T Media. I'm the CEO and the founder of this independently owned multimedia agency slash broadcast network slash video production slash podcast slash digital marketing services, client services slash public relations. Hey, if you have any questions about your media content and your media presentation, reach out to me. I am more than happy to support what you're doing and to mentor you through any of your questions around media and how to present yourself, okay? I do have a lot of experience. I have more than my share of experience. I have over 35 years of experience doing this thing, okay? So I'm happy to help anyone out there interested in what I'm doing or something similar. And any way I can help you, I'm here to do that, okay? So let's see, what else do I need to cover with you guys? I think that is it for now. I want to say thank you again to all of you for tuning into the Dreamkeeper Diary. It's Alicia going to say good night. It's hump day. Got to get over the hump. And once you do that, it's smooth sailing from here. Go Niners. Go Niners. Oh, yes. Some exciting stuff happening with the San Francisco 49ers. All right. Whatever team you're rooting for, root for yourself and your family and your community. Root for that team, okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to say goodnight. That's it for now. I can't think of anything else that I needed to share with all of you. I do appreciate your time. I'll see you guys next time, okay? All right. Today's live stream is being brought to you by the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative Storytelling and Narrative Shift Cohort, supporting Black San Francisco as we dream boldly and tell our stories. BlackFacts.com, the world's largest encyclopedia of Black facts, and Clari-T Media, human stories and grassroots solutions, because out of chaos comes clarity. Clari-T Media.
If you'd like to be a guest or suggest show ideas, drop us an email or a direct message. We'd love to hear from you. Clari-T Media, human stories, grassroots solutions. Subscribe, like, follow, and share. The Bay Area Mental Health Hour, Clari-T Conversations and We the People. Building trust for the first time. Out of chaos comes clarity. Clari-T Media.
Like a spotlight, just winning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning.
You're watching Clari-T Media. Out of chaos comes clarity.